everyone, it's Kristen Redmond, and today we're going to go over those planetary aspects that are going to be affecting us and surrounding us for the very first week in 2017, January 1st through the 8th. And this week we're starting out, well actually we're going to start today with New Year's Eve actually. On December 31st, we have this energy that's going to be kind of slowing down our engines and kind of taking away our energy from us to start out the new year, and that's Mars and Neptune aligning, going conjunct, and that's going to be in the sign of Pisces, which is a water sign, and Mars is such a fiery planet, and it really is the engine that kind of gives us our drive and our motivation to get things done. So when Mars aligns with that watery, dreamy, dream-focused sign of Neptune, we kind of feel that it tones it down. It kind of squelches that fire for a little bit and slows down that progress that Mars wants to get done. So you're going to find over this weekend that your energy levels are low, that you're really tired more than you normally are, and that you really just kind of want to rest and relax with a good book or a movie or with a significant other, just kind of laying low and not really partying it up this year. And I think that's a great energy to start out this year. Because there's so much focus that's going to be on tending to the seeds that need to be planted for 2017. 2016 brought through so many unexpected events and people and experiences that are kind of pushing us outside of these molds that we set for ourselves, and to really make these major drastic changes like we haven't seen in 14 to 16 years. Really start making the actual changes this year. The events happened in 2016. 2017 is about the faith and the optimism and the hope that things are going to get better, because they are. And for those of us that have really put in that hard work, that really listened to the universe, that really manifested what we wanted, that heard and worked through those difficult areas of improving ourselves and improving our situation and really listening to the truth of what the universe is trying to bring us when we're asking for these changes. If you're really doing the hard work and working with it, this year there's going to be some major changes for you, especially this week, because Jupiter, the planet that expands and brings luck, it's making a very harmonious trine with that planet that made us set those boundaries and structures and to learn all these lessons that 2016 brought. If you did the hard work, this week you're going to start seeing tiny little seeds sprouting up out of the ground. The very first seeds of your manifesting that you put so much effort into 2016, you're going to start seeing some little shifts and changes that show you that you're on the right track. Because 2017 is about being on the right track. We really, truly are on the right path. But man, what a difficult way it was to get there. 2016 was, man, such a karmic rough year in so many areas. But the worst is behind us now. So this year we're starting out really thinking about that, because Mercury's in retrograde right out the gate, starting out this new year with a planet of thought focused on the thoughts of the past, the structures and the stabilities, the foundations of the past, because it's in Capricorn, and that's what Capricorn represents. It's ruled by that Saturn I was just talking about that taught us all those lessons in the past year. Those lessons shook up our foundations in 2016. They really did. Our personal foundations, our professional foundations, our family foundations, our home. So many areas were so drastically affected because they're pushing us to change the foundations, to change the rules. Just a little bit this year, because we still have Uranus making that connection with Saturn too throughout this entire year. So you're going to feel a lot of that push this year to shake up those rules and boundaries and things, because it's going to bring through good things. And this week you're going to start seeing some good things coming through if you put in that hard work. That Mercury retrograde, okay, it does. It makes us look to the past. It looks back to how we really set up that rule book in the first place. It gives us a chance to kind of figure out how we communicate with ourselves and with others and with the ones that are kind of in charge of our lives, not just us, but the immediate supervisors at our work, our parents, our families, people that have a say in what it is that we do and the way that we look in this world. It gives us a chance to figure out how we communicate with them as well. When Mercury is in retrograde, it gives us a chance to kind of reinvent the wheel, start working on ways to better our communication with the upcoming year. So it's a great way to start this year. That retrograde ends on the 8th. That ends on Sunday. Now, when Mercury goes out of retrograde, when it goes direct, that's the time when communication starts firing on all cylinders again. Calls start going through again, emails go through. You find that your conversations with others are a lot more productive. You're able to get across what it is you want to say. Mercury retrograde is notorious for the communication breakdown. So when it goes direct, it gets firing on all cylinders again. So that's going to be happening on the 8th. But before it does that, it backs back up into the sign of Sagittarius. Right now it's in Capricorn, so it's really focusing on those structures for the coming year. But it's going to back up on Wednesday, back into the sign of Sagittarius. It's going to move backwards into that sign. And Sagittarius is a sign that when Mercury is retrograde there, you're going to find that you tend to overpromise yourself. You tend to overindulge with what you're saying, and maybe in gossip or things along those lines with your speech with others, and that you're mentally over-optimistic about certain things and what you can actually bring to the table in a situation. So just keep an eye out for the rest of this week while that's happening, while Mercury's in retrograde in Sagittarius. Don't overpromise yourself, right? I mean, this week, energy levels are going to be really low anyway, and there's not going to be a lot of motivation to even make our New Year's resolution, let alone do them. But to start telling people that you're going to do them, definitely don't do that this week, okay? Thanks to Mercury being retrograde in Sagittarius, you're going to overpromise yourself, and then you're going to really regret it later. So don't do that this week. No. Wait till next week. Another thing that happens this week, we got Venus, which is the major player for 2017. Man, 2017 is the year about balancing the scales and relationships, finally getting your needs met, finally having that distinguishing factor where you weigh out between what your wants and your needs are when it comes to love and money. Those scales really get balanced this year. So whatever Venus is up to this year, I'm really keeping an eye on, because it's really, really important. So much of that energy this year that's so focused on the Venetian energy. But Venus is going to be moving into a new sign to start out this year. It's going to move on the 3rd, which is, I do believe, Tuesday. Yes. Moves into the sign of Pisces. And man, Venus loves being in Pisces. I tell you what, Pisces is a water sign. It's the most empathic of the signs. It's the deepest feeling of the signs. So when you have lovey-dovey Venus going in there, the planet of love and beauty and harmony, when it lands in that sign, it's happy. It's able to really express its romantic side and to feel its deep feelings. So when Venus feels that way, we sure feel that way too. So find that you're going to have this week an increase in your romantic energy, drive, and just in general, you're going to be a lot more compassionate with others, okay? Especially when it comes to matters of the heart. So over the next few weeks, you're going to find as Venus tours that sign of Pisces that it's a great placement when it comes in terms of your money and your love. So a great way to start out this new year. Another thing that's going to be happening this week is that the Sun and Pluto do their annual alignment. They meet up and they go conjunct in the sign of Capricorn, and this has been happening every year while slow-moving Pluto has been transiting in the sign of Capricorn since 2008. A lot of talking about those structures and things that have changed in your life. Just think of all of the massive changes that have happened to your foundation at home, your family, your career since 2008, okay? A lot of those things are because Pluto has been in there. Pluto's the planet that kind of blows things up and destroys it and builds brand new, but it builds it on these solid foundations of what Capricorn is. Capricorn is those solid foundations. So when the Sun aligns with that, when it gets in the same spot in the sky as that Pluto, once a year it does this, we really start shining a light on those areas that have been rebuilt, restructured over the past several years. Okay, it's going to be there till like 2024 too. So we got some time here where we're still really rebuilding these structures and making things brand new again. So not only does it shine a light on that, but it also shines a light on our corporate life, our work life. A lot of focus is going to be on that this week. Ton of focus this week on that. And the structures that are happening at our work. We're going to be really focused on the organizational structures, how things work, how they operate. A lot of focus on that is going to be brought out. And the political structures around us as well, too. A lot of focus is going to be placed and emphasis on that this week as well. on those structures that are surround us. Now, another thing with Pluto is that it represents in our charts where we hold our power struggles the most, where we are going to put up a fight and darn it, we're going to hold on tough and tight and not back down, right? So this week, as the sun goes through, represents our essence, it illuminates that, those power struggles that we have with ourselves, with others, especially at work though, I feel. A lot of it's work, and I think a lot of it may even be an internal process with ourselves and how we deal with ourselves and push ourselves to do the job that we're sent here to do, whether it's our daily working life or our soul's purpose on this earth. Sun's illuminating that this week for each and every one of us, starting out 2017. So this week there's going to be a lot of thinking, thoughting, that's a word. I'm going to thought of a new word for that. A lot of thinking about our personal goals, and really finding that energy to stick with it. But at the beginning of the week, let's take a break. Thanks to Mars and Neptune doing what they do, rusting it up. So this week, let's see what energies are around us through the stones. I always pull a stone. It has an archangel attached to it, or a specific spiritual energy that's around us. And then we'll do some cards and see what they have in store for this very first week, beyond what we heard already. So, great week to start out this beautiful new year. So let's see here. Who's working with us? Looks like right here. I feel like I was going to say it before I even pulled it. The separation stone. Okay, so this stone, I actually went out into Lake Superior and got it myself. It's got a little vein of quartz right through the middle of it, as you can see right here. And the red in the chakras represents our root chakra. It is our structure. It is our stability. It's where our financial security is at. It's our home. It's our body. It's how we're literally rooted into this earth that puts us on this earth and not stuck in the spiritual realm somewhere. So we have this separation coming through it, that clear band of quartz, which quartz is the highest vibrational stone we have in the universe, amplifier of energy, quartz is. So when it goes through that division between that, I see it as the spirit that separates us from the body, how we're going to pay a little bit more of attention to that this week, especially with Mars being in Neptune, kind of pulling us out of body so we can kind of spend time reading and fantasizing and dreaming, focusing, putting a lot of passion and energy into our dreams as opposed to the actual movement of making them happen. I feel that a lot this week. Separation from the mind and the body. But this can also represent a physical separation when it comes to relationships. There's probably some people out there that are watching this that are having some deep feelings of hurt and loss through separation, being away from somebody, whether it's a relationship breaking down or having to leave. Whatever it is, just know that Archangel Jophiel is around right now. She's the angel that brings balance and beauty and harmony in those situations. She's going to beautify your mindset to help you organize that energy in your mind and in your heart center. Kind of remove those negative debris from if it's a terrible breakup, if there's emotional bondage that's holding you back from letting go of that relationship. She's the one that's going to remove that debris so the new energy can come in that you're looking for. Okay, separation stone. Well, how's about that? Okay, so let's see what it is. I'm going to just keep saying it's Archangel Jophiel. Let's see what it is she wants us to know for this upcoming year. I'm going to do this 7 times because 7 is 7th house of the zodiac is Libra. Jophiel rules Libra. Libra's about our personal relationships, our marriage, our one-on-one relationships we have with others and how we communicate with them. A lot of focus on that this week with Mercury and the retrograde and how we overpromise ourselves to others, things like that. A lot of focus on that this week. So I'm guessing that was like 6. I want to do one more. Yeah, one more here. See what Jophiel has to say for this week. Okay, so isn't that something? Okay, so the Queen of Water. And this is so perfect, too, because we have that Mars in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces that are aligning this week, really getting us in touch with our water side, which is our emotion, our intuition, our spiritual side. Now, the Queen of Water comes in this week. She's the angel that helps us to understand those psychic insights that come. She helps us understand those deep emotions that we feel, especially if we're trying to let some of them go, to move forward into this 2017. We need to let go of those old energies from 2016. So she's one that helps let that go. The ones that are old, stagnated, done. But she's also the one that helps us with the existing relationships where we're letting go of we're separating from some of those old issues in our relationships and we're ready to move forward, especially as Jupiter tours Jophiel's sign of Libra for this year, such a major change and shift with relationships. They want us to know that in that separation, whether it's literally physical separation in these relationships or separation from those rules of the past, that these relationships, they grow in their trust and they move forward, okay? They develop to a new level, all right? And to trust your intuition, no matter what it is. You're going to know if you need to stay, if you need to go, if you need to fix, if you need to leave. You're going to know. There's so much of that this year. And we're able to do that when we separate the mind and the body and really start following what our intuition is telling us. Number one thing with this card is to really take care of ourselves. And this week there's such an emphasis right out the gate, starting today on New Year's Eve. So much about that, about just taking a time out, relax, chill, man. Chill out, watch a movie, read a book, do something that expands your mind and gets you feeling the dreams of the future, because it's all about that positive mindset. You need to have positive mindset to bring the positive results that 2017 is going to bring you. You got to be thinking positive, and Jophiel helps clear your mind, helps you think positive so you can have a good, wonderful beginning to the new year. So let's do this 7 times as well. Get a little extra emphasis on where this energy may be blocked chakra-wise, and how we can better focus on nurturing ourselves, taking care of ourselves, so that way we can better take care of the others that are around us and strengthen these relationships. One more. I feel like I gotta do one more. Sorry. Okay. Oh yeah, I feel much better about this one. Okay. Aw, enlightenment. Isn't that something? Look at this right here. I love when these cards kind of show these same rays, like that right here. Path to enlightenment. Okay, that's what we're trying to do here. Whole point of it this year is to know that in this process that this 2016 has brought us all these unexpected things. They've really pushed us outside of ourselves, beyond our comfort zone, beyond where we feel we're happy, we're comfortable in these places. But 2016 says, no, you have such a higher purpose, and we're going to push you into that whether you want to or not. Okay? And it separates us, right? Whether it's relationship-wise, whatever it is, God this week is bringing us some illuminating rays on that situation. There's enlightenment that's coming through it. There's understanding that comes through this week. But first thing we need to do is just kind of take a step back, chill out, relax, and start at the new year on a very calm note, a calm and cool note, focusing on our emotions and how we want to better control them, better rein them in, and better utilize them in this upcoming 2017. So let's all do that this week and bring in that help from Archangel Jophiel. Everybody, I wish you a wonderful first week in 2017. Keep an eye out on Tuesday. I'm going to be, probably Wednesday, I'm going to be doing yearly horoscopes, videos for the yearly horoscopes by each sign. So if you want to see what 2017 has to bring for you in terms of Jupiter and all of these other wonderful, bountiful blessings that are coming through, watch for your sign, watch my videos, and please stay tuned. Watch me every week. This coming year, I'll bring you updates on the aspects that are around us in the skies, how they affect us, and what guidance is around us, helping us to better understand it and utilize it throughout the week. So everybody, take care of yourselves and have a blessed and wonderful new year. Bye.